Hey everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we are going to be drawing King Kong, or Kong as he's now known. The king is gone. Versus Skullcrawler. So it's a scene from the movie. Skullcrawler's kind of close up on Kong's face. You know, he's like screaming and like got that big weird tongue and stuff like that, right? So I'm on landscape orientation paper. My paper is A2 size, but A3 works as well, A4. They're the same proportions. I just do it big because I use a Sharpie and it puts down a big line, okay? So, let's just go. We'll start with the Skullcrawler, right? So center point of my page is about here. We'll just come up a little bit and we'll start with the Skullcrawler's sort of snout, right? So we'll curve a line. So we'll just like bring it up here, okay? And this is going to get kind of long and sort of bumpy, right? So we're going to go this way. And we got like a bump sticking up here. And this is going to go back towards the back of his head. And again, it can be bumpy, rough sort of line. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight or anything. So we're just going horizontal, nearly all the way off to the back of my page. So just before we get to the back of the page, we're going to curve this back in. So this is going to be like the bone part of the Skullcrawler, so like the top of his head. And this kind of bumps and weaves down this way. And then it'll start to go back up here, okay? So the rest of his neck and head and stuff will go back off this way, right off the page. A few more room, just make that line a little bit longer. Okay, so we're going to bring this back now to the front, right? So we go down, back up here. We've got like a dip down, and then it's going to go back up, bumping, sort of weaving sort of line back up around to here. Okay. So there's all teeth and stuff in under there, but we'll get like the main sort of parts drawn in. We'll get his jaw and the bottom of his neck. So we've got like, there's another line for his gums, right? So there's like another sort of line for the gums that comes down around and sort of bumps again. And the teeth sort of stick out from this line. So it's like a bumpy, weavy line like so, right? Comes down. And this now is going to join the side of the mouth. So the side of the mouth will sort of come down. Various lines coming down here. There's a few different sort of lines like so. Okay. So now we're going to bring the bottom bony sort of jaw line. So it's going to come out and around. Down this way, right? So it's a bumping line that comes down like here. It's kind of like a bird's head or something, bird's beak. And then this will curve around here. And then we'll go back up. And it can be a wavy sort of line. And we're going to bring this back up around here. And eventually it'll go back into his teeth just here, right? So that's like the jaw, and then the neck will go off back here, right? So big general shape. So we'll go back in here now and start adding some details like the teeth and the tongue and all that kind of stuff. So he's got, I think it's his nose, right? So he's got like this sort of curved line. It's oval in here, right? And this will have sort of cracks and fissures and, you know, lots of stuff coming around. So you can do as much texture on this guy as you want now, but, you know, I'll just add some. It kind of makes him look like that's his eye, right? And we'll just color this in dark because it's in shadow. Okay, and then we'll add some like bumps and bone lines and things down here. So you're just adding like various, you know, light sort of lines, texture that's going around. Dots and cracks and things. It's supposed to be a bone, so. Right, roughly like that. And then, so the teeth, right? So that's not his eye, just so you know. He has another eye over here, but we'll finish what's all in here first. So then all these teeth. So let's see. So we'll start adding like some gnarly sort of teeth coming up and out from this sort of gum line, right? So it kind of comes out from his gums here. Some of them can be smaller than others. So there's like a group here and then like real small ones. And he's got loads in the inside of the mouth as well, but I'll do as many as I can. He's got that sort of great white shark sort of teeth thing going on, where there's like teeth on the inside and layers of teeth. Bringing the teeth all the way up along here, right around to the top of his gum. There's more teeth sort of in here along the back, right? But we got to get his tongue in first. So we'll do some bottom teeth and then we'll do the tongue. So just add in these crazy little spikes. So there's like small ones, like there's teeth all over the place. He's mostly teeth, basically. That. And then our tongue is going to come out from here, right? So, and it's kind of weird. So we'll bring it out. So we'll go out from this tooth up to there, right? And then there's like another section coming out from here, like another tentacle or something sticking out here, like that. And then we'll go up another little spike here. This comes back in. And then we've the main sort of tentacle coming out this way and goes back. And then there's one, so there's one that goes behind this part as well. So this comes a bit longer, but then there's like another one that comes down behind. Right, so like 4 sort of spikes. The middle one's sort of the longest, this one. And then we'll bring it down behind, back into his mouth, back in here. You know, you can have hatching and lines on it. Like you can have some like drool dripping off. You know, like make it look sort of a bit disgusting. Like that kind of stuff. And we can see some teeth in around the back of his mouth as well. And we should probably see some gum line just here. Like so. Right, so then the teeth we can see coming this way as well. So we got to do like another sort of gum line sort of area. Another bumping. Line coming down here, like so, and then there's all teeth sticking out from this. And they're kind of small, but they gradually get a bit bigger as we go down here, but then you got like small ones mixed in, like so. Then we're going to add some teeth on the inside, right? So just like coming down from the roof of his mouth, right? Coming down here. There's lots of these sort of teeth on the inside as well. Right, so like this is like the roof of his mouth inside here. You might have some teeth sticking up inside. Right, going back that way, and then some teeth like pointing like down, some pointing across. You know, like there's some teeth like sticking out this way and stuff. You can add sort of as much of this detail as you want. Teeth inside his teeth. Okay, but I think that's enough for me anyway. You can add more. There is more in the picture, but I think I'll leave it there. So we'll do his eye, right? So we got like curved line just here in this section, and then we do the bottom curved line, bottom eyelid, back up here, and then his iris, circle just there, and he seems to have like a long pupil that goes like this way, so it's like not a circle, it's like a line like that. So then he has like a relatively big frown line that goes up this way, right? So it makes him look sort of evil. Right, like so, and then we got like eyelid lines coming around underneath as well. Right, like so. And he is, you know, a lizard, so you can add like lots of texture and dots and wrinkles as much as you'd like now. You know, more coming around his mouth, maybe here. Yeah, this kind of stuff. And he has one of those sort of vents or holes or something on the side of his head. Piece of skin, really. Right, so then more lines for his neck. So his neck like wrinkles and bumps down this way. Right, and then this is like a scaly section up here. And usually this has a shadow underneath, so I just thicken up this line to usually make it look like these neck wrinkles are sort of raised up off his skin. Right, so then add more texture as you feel. You know, there can be some wrinkles going this way and that way. Right, but that's basically our skullcrawler head. So now we'll go over and start Kong. Right, so where to begin? So his mouth is like right next to the skullcrawler. So I guess we'll start with his mouth, right? And his eye is kind of up here. So we start with his eye or his mouth? Let's start with his eye. No, we'll start with his eye up here. So we'll curve it around. Right, this is like his big brow, his big gorilla sort of brow. This curves down over his eye, right? So his eye will be in this sort of gap here, right? This is like his big monkey frown. You know, and this can have like wrinkles and stuff coming up just here. So his eye then is kind of in underneath, right? So we can't really see much of it. He's a real small eye. So we can see like the bottom eyelid, say just here. And then the eye sort of comes around there. And then we can see maybe a wrinkly sort of top eyelid line there. So we're going to try and get him looking at the skull crawler, right? So we'll go eye curving around there and pupil sort of looking down that way. And then we have like wrinkles coming around his eye, coming back around that way as well. And you can have like some frown lines, wrinkle lines going towards his nose. And then his nose is here, so it's kind of like this big round monkey nose. And this will come down for his lip. It kind of joins his lip. Like so. And then his nose will go in underneath here, join his brow. Then he's a nostril. Just in there. Like so. And then, so his big frowning sort of forehead, right? So this comes like back. Down around here. And this can have like more wrinkle areas on it. Like that. And then we get sort of hairy as we go down. Sort of by his face, right? So we come down like so. So this sort of, it's like his beard sort of starts coming in around here. So his mouth just across from here, so it's wide open, right? So we'll go down like so, like a big curve line down this way. And then we got like teeth and stuff inside here, right? So we start with the top, right? So like in gorillas and chimps and things, when their like mouth is wide open, their gum sticks out real far. So like his gum comes out like so. And then this becomes teeth as well, right? So teeth sort of come down that way. And then we bring it back. Another tooth here, back into there. So this is like gum line just there. Maybe like we could see a little bit of another tooth around there, but not much. And then he's got a big fang, right? So a big fang sticking down here, right? And again, this can have wrinkles and things, texture. And then we have another tooth just there, and then maybe one more. Right, like so. That's his top teeth, right? And then down the bottom, right? So we can see this big fang sticking up here. Like sticks out from his gum there. And then we have some small teeth at the front. So like 3 of them, I think. So we go 1, 2, 3 there. And then we have the other fang on the other side, just sticking out here. Goes in behind his mouth here. Probably see some gum lines, some other teeth there. And then his tongue. And then the other other side of his mouth, with some wrinkles on the inside. Like so, right? So big fangs and mouth and stuff like that, right? So then his beard, like his sort of facial hair, right? So he's got like facial hair that comes all the way around. And eventually it kind of comes down around his bottom lip. Down into there. And then his bottom lip comes out and down. And his beard kind of goes into his chest and then behind his shoulder, which like is real big around here. So we just add some more details to his face now, right? So we got like his cheek coming down there. Some of these wrinkles underneath. Facial lines. Some like lip lines. You know, lines coming down from his mouth. I think he's got like a scar on his head. Does he? From the fight? Yeah. So we'll just add like a scar in here. It's always cool to give Kong some scars. And then just some scar lines in there. Okay, so we can't really see his jaw, right? We can see the back of his head, right? So the back of his head will go back this way, diagonal. And it can be a hairy sort of scratchy line, right? Because this is like the furry part. And it's going back down this way. Right, like so. Then his shoulder sort of cuts off his head here, right? So we got like hairline comes right across, real big shoulder, right? Because he's tied up in what looks like chain. So, and this kind of comes around here, right in his chest, comes across his, or like more shoulder. Comes across here. Yeah, it's like another part of his shoulder, I think. Then his chest will come down the front, and there's chain and chain lines and things. So we'll just put the chest, shoulder going that way, and then the chest will go out underneath this guy's mouth and then down here, and then his stomach will kind of go off there. And so we could probably see a nipple, or maybe some of his nipple down there. But it's all furry and stuff anyway. Okay, so just details. So like his ear, right? Up here. So just across from his eye, just kind of in the center of his head, just here. Curves around this ear. Right, like that. And then you can see like maybe his jaw coming down here. Like that. And then in there, so we got like ear lines, bones and ligaments and stuff. So like line going around like that. Like a letter J sort of. Like a dark area for the inside of his ear. Lines coming around like so. Lots of different ways of doing ear lines and stuff. And then, you know, we can have like texture for his fur coming down here. As much as you'd like, really. Following sort of the shape for his skull and stuff. Just adding some like hairlines and texture lines and things like this. So it's kind of up to you how much of this you want you want to do as well. So I'll leave it like that. Right, so then he's got a chain that he's wrapped up in. You can draw the chain or not. It's not essential, but it's on his shoulder here, right? So chains are difficult, so just take your time, right? So we got like a bump here. So I'll do each link going across, and they kind of get smaller as they go across because they wrap around his body. So link, right? And then, so, oh man, I hate chains. I always, okay. So, right, just do it. Just rip the band-aid off. So that's like the top link. So this is like, let me see. So this is like this link. Goes around here. This back. Right, so then this comes underneath. Like so, and then back to there, and then down like that. Okay. So they're interlinked, right? So like this kind of thing. And then this comes down like so. And then the next link, so this comes back into here. And then this comes out from underneath that. Back around underneath the next one. But then this link needs to finish underneath here. So it goes around like so. And then the bottom of that. Like that. And then, so that's that one. Underneath his ear. That's this one. Alright, so then we got like another line that comes around here. Up into there, and this comes down, and then the next one starts there. Then we got a line around there. And then we're at his shoulder now, so then this one goes like this way. So I know I'm not giving much instruction now, but it's just trying to get them sort of lined up. Trying to get the shapes looking sort of even, I guess. They're linking up together. Alright, so then the next link starts here, curves out to there. And then, so this, another long one comes out this way. So they kind of all go around his body now. This comes down to there, and this comes up to there, down like so, and to there, and the next one's kind of get real small now out here because they're going around his body, going around the other side, so you can't really see a whole lot. So one there, and say another link going around here. so. And then, so there's a claw here, belong to the skull crawler, and then so that's like the claw belong to his foot, which is like on Kong's sort of chest here. So like, yeah, and at the bottom there's like wrinkles on his foot, on his skin, and then like maybe another claw there. Like so, right, and then so just like muscles of Kong's shoulder sort of coming down. That way, and there can be texture. You know. And I think it's like there's like a tail or something here. Right, but I think that's everything, guys. Right, the chain is probably the most difficult thing, and if you go over any of the lines there, you know, you need to rub out, you know, you can. But I think that'll have to do for me anyway. Hope that was helpful. How to draw Kong versus Skullcrawler. Hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.